They told me, son, you're special. You were born to do great things. You know what? They were right.
And now we must swim for land. Hello everyone, this is PA and you're watching the very first episode of Let's Play Bioshock. Obviously, it's not the most recent game, but quite excellent. I actually know what I'm doing, so it should be a moderately skilled Let's Play. Moderately, of course, being entirely subjective. And I'll be doing my best to just kind of explain why I choose what I do. I normally just do a really quick run through of the game using the wrench and lightning to pretty much take down anything in my path, but for entertainment I think I'm going to stick to a more diverse set of items this playthrough. So, without further ado, that freaked the hell out of me the first time that I played this game. Absolutely ridiculous. You walk in, you expect the door to slam, you might expect something creepy, you might not be expecting a giant face staring at you. Alright. Seem to have a bit of visual lag on my end in the very middle of the screen there. I'll have to see if that's just on my end or if that's Fraps. Before video 2 certainly. And here we get in the bathysphere and we begin our trip to the bottom of the sea. But first, it's story time. Where's this projector even located? I've never been able to find it. Is it that thing at the top? In any case.
I am Andrew Ryan.
Hello.
And I'm here to ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Is a man not entitled to the sweat of his brow?
Could be. Certainly.
No, says the man in Washington.
That is a large eagle.
No, says the man in the Vatican.
That is a large hand.
Belongs to God. No, says the man in Moscow.
That is a large hammer and sickle.
Belongs to everyone. I rejected those answers. Instead, I chose something different. I chose the impossible.
That is a big ego.
Rapture.
With 10% more squid.
A city where the artist would not fear the censor, where the scientist would not be bound by petty morality, where the great would not be constrained by the small. With the sweat of your brow, Rapture can become your city as well.
So, it's for everyone that doesn't want to have to be constrained by basic... Do they have, like... Do you think Rapture ever had a super janitor? Like one guy who's just so good at being a janitor that he thought that society just could not hold him. He literally cleaned the entire city of Rapture as best he could. Not particularly well maintained, but it's underwater. What do you expect? And we have reached our first destination, and consequently our first loading screen.
Just one more minute. The spear's coming up now. Johnny, security's banging off all over. Get a move on.
Ah, Johnny. Wonderful to see you. You've been characterized so well to this point.
Don't hurt me. Just let me go. My God.
Oh. Well, that's just not very friendly at all. How did you manage to jam the curved spikes into him, though? I'm just... the physics of it. Yes, that's the thought. And hello to you as well. Oh dear. There's definitely a line just in the middle of my screen. Hold on one moment, I'll cut this out. And we're back. Let's see if this fixes the graphics. Oh, wonderful. Seems to have done the trick. Just have to change it to a different resolution. Bit of dust on the floor.
Would you kindly pick up that shortwave radio?
Oh, well, of course. Thank you for asking.
I don't know how you survived that plane crash.
No,
but
I?
everyone wants to question Providence. I'm Atlas, and I aim to keep you alive. Now keep on moving. We're gonna have to get you to higher ground.
I'm not gonna lie. That's a name you have to live up to.
Take a deep breath and step out of the bathysphere. I won't leave you twisting in the wind.
Well, it's not the wind I'm particularly worried about, but alright.
We're gonna need to draw her out of hiding, but you're gonna have to trust me.
Well, I do trust you, strange man over the radio that I haven't met to this point who hasn't done anything to earn said trust, but being the only sane person I've seen thus far. I'd save that for when I'm cold. There we just...
Just a bit border.
Yep.
How do you like that, mister?
Here, ladies and gentlemen, our introduction to security cameras.
Now, would you kindly
Actually,
find a
no, it's just
crowbar
our
or something?
introduction to jumping.
Bloody splicer, seal Johnny in before they... Goddamn splicers.
And to this point, they don't explain what splicers are in the slightest. They just kind of assume that repeat players will know and first-time players won't. You misspelled cancelled. It's got 2 L's in it. Regardless. Moving on. Okay, moderately free. I usually dodge that.
I'm not a bad person!
Okay.
Come back! I didn't mean anything by it!
Alright, now we're starting to actually get into gameplay. I mean, barely. Only a single splicer, but... Alright. A little bit of glass breaking. Rapture. One man's vision, mankind's salvation, except for the, you know, giant deluded monsters roaming the place. After this first fight, if you lose health, you can just grab some chips, but it's useless because you're about to get a full heal anyway. So just head up here to the very first Gatherer's Garden. This one's broken, giving you a free Plasmid and Electrobolt. So pick that up and enjoy the cutscene. Oh, this doesn't seem like a bad idea at all. Oh, is that all?
Hold on, and everything will be fine.
This... No, that's about the worst thing you could have done right there. And... Well, naturally, he's not dead, but certainly incapacitated.
This little fish looks like he just had his cherry popped. Wonder if he's still got some Adam on him. Let's buck weak. You're a weak chopper.
Are they missing chunks of their left leg?
Yellow always.
Oh my
had
god, I
been.
think he is.
You'll be no better off with Metal Daddy, little fish. See you floating from right.
That's actually moderately more disturbing now. Might just be a mutation though. That is a large drill. Alright, more things that we won't know about quite yet.
Angel.
Past, just
I can
any
see
sort of
light
pre-game
coming from his
knowledge.
belly. Wait a minute. He's still breathing.
Everything will be explained in time through the game, so I'm not going to elaborate too much on them until we run into them for the first time later. But up until then, we'll just be wandering in the dark about splicers.
You alright, boyo? First time Plasmid's a real kick from a mule. But there's nothing like a fistful of lightning now, is there?
Alright, so Bioshock 1, you can only carry a Plasmid or a weapon at a time. If you're using a Plasmid or a weapon, just press right click to switch to the other one, or use the function keys and the number keys to switch through. In this case, you're just expected to learn the basics of blasting things with electricity to fix them. Feel free to look around for pet bars, which will replenish that little bit of Eve that you lost. But not particularly worrying in any case. And here, a cinematic event. Turns out the bathysphere moves faster than a falling flame. And long story short, Rapture is not in the best of condition, even before us breaking this. So we just get out of here. And just like that. It's a bit leaky, but it's working. Alcohol will increase your health, but reduce your Eve. Cigarettes will do the exact opposite. You'll just, as with any sort of adventure game, you'll want to search everything, try to find as much stuff as you can just lying around. And there's supposed to be a triggered event here. Oh, there it is.
Splicer!
I
Give
just
him the combo!
wanted some company.
Then whack him! 1-2 punch! Remember, the 1-2 punch!
Oh, that was really bad of me.
I was.
Alright, that'll be one of your basic combos for a good portion of the game.
Come on.
The,
You want me to teach you to dance? I'm real good.
Okay, Eve hypos are very valuable early in the game, so a little trick that you can do is if you're out of Eve, and Eve is the blue bar in the top left-hand corner, you can use a small Eve replenishing item, then just switch away from it. At which point, you will not have used a hypo, but since if your bar isn't empty, you can cast any Plasmid, you're free to just cast immediately whatever you had queued up. This is really good for more expensive spells. But, or Plasmids.
So stuck up. I didn't mean to hurt anyone. Don't run. We're just getting started.
This man seems entirely unperturbed every time that he is on fire. But, pick it up, grab the Eve hypo, move on. I'm not going to use a first aid kit quite yet, because I don't think I need to. I am playing on hard mode, so I'm going to want to,
I I've got a family.
stay
I need
fairly
to get
safe.
them out of here. But the splicers have cut me off from them. If you can reach them in Neptune's bounty, then maybe, just maybe. I know you must feel like the unluckiest man in the world right now. But you're the only hope I'll ever see my wife and child again. Go to Neptune's bounty. Find my family, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, our motivation for exploration. We crash in a random place, a guy tells us to go do things, and we do it.
There to sing this song. Mommy's gone.
Not sure if sneaking attacks do more damage when you're not using a certain plasmid, but
Everything. They destroyed our bodies, our minds. We couldn't handle it. Best friends butchering one another. Babies strangled in cribs. The whole city went to hell.
so plasmids being genetic modifications, Rapture started trying to improve themselves and just ended up a wrecked mess of a place.
It's my Adam. I earned it.
You want this ugly? Or do you want this nice?
Oh, I cannot remember how to zoom. Oh, it is Z.
Charlie! Charlie, where you going?
Oh, this is our first leadhead splicer. Leadhead splicers have a pistol, they're just melee weapons, and have the most health in the game out of any unit, I think. There's a leadhead splicer somewhere with more health than the final boss, I'm told, but don't know entirely where. So, pick up our first aid kit. They really do just hand you a bunch of stuff. Money, still good in Rapture. You won't be giving it to people, but you will be giving it around. More on that later. And here, our introduction to environmental attacks.
Hit him with the electrobolt.
If you use Electrobolt on the water, it'll either deal significant damage or just outright kill whoever's standing in the water at the time. Very handy for not wasting a lot of Eve or a lot of health fighting powerful enemies. And I will be listening to all the diaries and being quiet during those, because there is a lot of backstory during it. It's fairly entertaining. So.
Another New Year's, another night alone. I'm out and you're stuck in Festus, working. Huh. Imagine my surprise. Oh, I guess I'll have another drink. Here's a toast to Diane McClintock, silliest girl in Rapture. Silly enough to fall in love with Andrew Ryan. Silly enough.
And then things started going very badly.
What happened? Oh, I'm bleeding. Oh, God. What's happening?
So yeah, there's something in the vent. Can't quite get to it yet.
I just spliced up. Nobody's gonna want me.
And now we're seeing ghosts. So perfectly fine. A symptom of a healthy and well-balanced individual, hallucinations. Another jump scare here, but not particularly scary. First time, perhaps, if you're not expecting something like this, but I was so on edge from the lights in here that I was just expecting something to jump out at any time anyway. So I was not disappointed in that respect. Are there any sort of low? I suppose I can't really lose any Eve at this point. Might get a little bit drunk, but yeah, you can just find a bunch of alcohol. Looks like I'm full on first aid kits already. So, no worries there. Should have probably used an Eve restoring item first, but regardless, moving on. Spending a bit too much time in the first areas of the game, and here we are introduced to one of the biggest set pieces in Bioshock.
Careful now. Would you kindly lower that child down there. Don't be fooled. She's a little sister now. Somebody went and turned a sweet baby girl into a monster. Whatever you thought about right and wrong on the surface, well, that don't count for much down in Rapture. Those little sisters, they carry Adam.
She's putting it into his
the genetic
ear.
material that keeps the wheels of Rapture turning. Everybody wants it, everybody needs it.
Alright, so, Adam is the stuff that plasmids and tonics and things of that sort are made from. Little sisters carry it, as such little sisters are in high demand. And much sought after by splicers, but not many choose to move against them. Because, though the payout for finding one is high, the punishment if you hurt one is severe. Oh, get wrecked, son.
That's the big daddy. She got it on him. He keeps her safe.
And, ladies and gentlemen, the fastest Big Daddy of all time, because he just freaking vanishes in a puff of smoke. Go on in here, grab some stuff. Got a couple of pistol rounds now, enough to keep us safe, certainly. But the wrench is just absolutely amazing. I thought I had the Vita-Chambers disabled. Let me make sure of that. Yep, Vita-Chambers are disabled, so while this appears to be on, I cannot revive at these. If I were to die, I will start over from the last save.
What is that there?
And that'll be it.
It's always the same with don't you disrespect me!
Oh shit, that'll be it. I'm just going to try to zap her and shoot her. Alright, so that went fairly well. Another guy's going to be up here. Just watch for him tossing stuff at you. Not very threatening. Zap him, hit him, keep moving. Not much stuff over here. There's a couple of splicers down there. Any cigarettes, anything of that sort? There are a couple types of enemies. I cannot remember the names for the life of me, but this one, this gentleman, is the ladies' man. Always talking about how he's going to get those women to like him. With his horribly mutated features and his whole strange gait. Big Daddies, that was just a fraction of what they'll normally have on them, but $33 and an E of hypo for absolutely nothing is a pretty good deal. Alright, a bit of suspicious generosity from the game here. It's pretty much instinctive to just grab anything in a crate, but that actually lost me a bit more Eve than I needed to there. Doesn't matter. Still in a very, very good place. Pretty much full on our healing items already. Another first aid kit that we can't even pick up. That... oh dear. That's just... I don't want to have what they had. Alright, you just get here, follow the guide arrow and head to Neptune's bounty. Nope.
Security alert in progress.
Alright, so a little bit of a trick here. If you hide in this corner, a couple of enemies are going to spawn. But they'll all jump down here, and that one will be over there, zap the water while they're in there, and you should be able to get all of them. Mess it up, and you might have one or two to deal with again. But if they jump back into the water, then you don't really have a problem at all. I'll use the first aid kit, go pick up the one that we left behind. And move on, because things are going very badly here. Very badly in the... oh, right, second round of enemies. They all drop down, zap them again. No. No, it can't be Andrew Ryan. He was the nice man that did the introduction video, yes? Seemed a bit, Randian philosophy, you know, the strong leading the weak and whatnot, but seemed a decent guy all around.
Oh, Christ! You're trapped!
How do you even mechanically control that? You can't. There's no way to get to that. And...
So tell me, friend, which one of the bitches said to you?
None?
KGB Wolf?
YouTube?
The CIA Jackal?
The internet?
Here's the news. Rapture isn't some sunken ship for you to plunder.
I don't plan to.
Ryan isn't a giddy socialite who can be slapped around by government muscle. With that, farewell, or das Lavania, Jerry.
Fair enough. He has a... It's not a very secure television image. There are walls. No, just open the gate. You really don't need to... This is fine windows. Don't... Shameless vandalism. Pro tip. If you hit things in the head, they'll die faster. Yeah, but fairly easy to anticipate things like that. Some enemies' heads are a bit less obvious, but pretty much every single enemy has a weak point that you can exploit in some way, shape, or form.
Now you've met Andrew Ryan, the bloody king of Rapture. Now find your way to emergency access.
Alright, and with the end of the, what is effectively the tutorial, I think I'm going to cut the video here. Thank you for watching part 1. Part 2 will be up shortly. This has been PA Master. And have a wonderful rest of your day. Oh, dang it. I have to get over. I have to get over one thing here really quick. I still can't understand. If anyone knows why the Vita-Chambers still appear to be on, go ahead and message me. Obviously, if this video hasn't been out for a while, don't bother doing that, but... In any case, Steinman, things, video cut, right. I'm out. Have a good one.